Hey guys, CJ here. I'm at Art Sellinger's Power Golf here in Dallas. I'm here with Frank, who's one of the best club fitters that I know. We were talking the other day, and we're going to build me sort of an experimental driver. So what we're going to do today is kind of tell you guys, and we've had a lot of discussions on the blog about being fit, having a club fitter, and Frank's one of the best here. So we're going to take you through the process of building a driver. And at the end, we're going to give you some information how Frank can actually help you. If you call him and you have the numbers off a launch monitor, he can definitely build and or recommend some clubs for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this. What we're going to do here, Frank, what do we got here? So if I brought the club to you initially, what are you going to do?
Well, basically, CJ's looking to build a newer, apparently hotter technology driver. But what he has done is he's brought his current driver that he is pretty successful with. Something that he feels comfortable with, so I'm going to try to match that in the build. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm basically going to spec this driver. I need to know what the length is, the flex, the weight, the swing weight. But first I'm going to put this on the digital loft and line machine. This machine you can find in tour vans, tour departments all over the country. So the first thing I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and spec the face for the effective loft. This particular driver was stamped at 8.5. I put it in here, I got it on the center. It's 9 degrees. The effective loft is 9 degrees, so that basically tells me that the face angle is just a hair shut, about a half degree.
Now people could be confused with that. You say it's a little shut, but it's actually got more loft. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, that's a very common misconception. What happens if the face angle in a static position is closed, effectively when we're striking the golf ball, we would want to strike the ball with a square face, and to do that there's a half degree difference. So we would take the half closed, get it to square at the point of strike, which increases the loft by half degree. That's why it reads 9 degrees in the effective square position. Now I need to check the shaft length, frequency, and of course weight if I want to kind of simulate the new driver, just like this one he's been using.
Well, and the cool thing with this driver is this is one that I just had given to me. Frank asked me what the weight of it was that I didn't know, and that's something that we all should know. So all the specs of it, this is one that actually was Bernhard Longer's old driver that he didn't want. So what's the length on it?
The length of this driver, CJ, is 44.5 to the butt cap.
Okay. So a little bit short, which maybe that's why I hit it so straight. So now you're checking the shaft frequency.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the frequency to find out. It gives me a general idea of the kind of the flex and the playability of the shaft, and I certainly know the characteristics of the Voodoo. But it's 263, has a nice flow. That at 44.5 is almost an X. It's probably a nice, real strong stiff. And lastly, I certainly want to check the swing weight because that's certainly important when it comes to feel. This particular driver is almost D4. It's about D3.5. So what I've learned thus far is it's 9 degrees. It's 44.5 inches long. Swing weight's almost D4. I'd call that D3 and 3/4, and it's a real nice firm stiff. So that's what I'm going to take with me into the build of the new club, and hopefully we can recreate it, and it all goes as planned and he can hit it successfully.
All right, Frank, so guys, we had a nice little interesting conversation. We were just talking about the grip and everything, and I wanted you guys to hear this. This is how much detail goes into it, and with me, I would have no clue as to the detail of this. Frank was just kind of explaining, I've got a cord grip on here, and what were you saying about that?
Well, this is the brushed cotton Tour Velvet. It's pretty standard in weight. I believe it's 51 grams. CJ had brought for his new driver a multi-compound, which is it's a little bit lighter. Certainly the butt cap is a little bigger as well. So how that's going to relate into the new build is, being that it's lighter, it's going to increase weight. So I have to take that into consideration. You can't forget about every component when it comes to building these clubs. The head he brought me, the new head, the new Speedline, is comparable in weight in the raw fashion of the classic that he has. But I can tell automatically, due to the way that swing weights per the length of the golf club, that there is some weight added either internally or tip weighted to get this swing weight this heavy at that length. So basically, putting all that together, I need to match about a D4 swing weight. We may have to consult a hot melt gun here. We'll find out a little bit more when we get down to the brass tacks of raw weight per the length of the golf shaft in the completed form. We'll get back to that in a little bit.